Starting lineups for this evening's clash for Perth Glory. If they're to make it 7 straight home victories, a club record, they will do so without their captain Jacob Burns. He's missing with a quadriceps strain. That means a first start of the season for Nick Ward. He was a member of the Perth Glory side back in season 1 of the A-League and picked up the A-League Young Player of the Year award. He's back in his hometown and looking to cause some damage with his first start. Elsewhere, Bas Vandenbrink returns to partner Michael Thwaite at the back with Steve Pantelides suspended. Shane Smeltz is still missing with a hamstring strain. For Gary Van Egmont's Jets, they're flying high. And it's all due to the wonder of Emile Heskey up front. 4 goals in the last 3 matches, 4 in 4 for the former England international. Elsewhere, though, Gary Van Egmont continues to tinker. There's a return at right back for the former Perth Glory defender Scott Neville. Grew up playing for Sorrento, recently crowned again champions of Football West Premier League. His dad was coach when he was in the Sorrento ranks. Now his first footballing career outside of Perth sees him at the Jets. Elsewhere, a big return for James Brown. After 7 months out with an ankle injury and surgery, he returns straight into the starting lineup. That sees Craig Goodwin drop to left back. Well, it has been raining all week in Perth. There was rain earlier in the day, but it's just clearing a little bit. Some menacing clouds still around, 19 degrees and some blustery wind as well. There is a question mark over the state of the pitch. Perth Glory only trained lightly yesterday, the first time they could get out, so as not to cause it too much damage. Ian Ferguson wasn't a happy camper after last weekend's 2-1 loss away to Sydney. And he's looking to make it 3 from 3 at home in Hyundai A-League Season 8. For Gary Van Egmont, he's up in the stands, as is his preference these days. It's his second stint with Newcastle after taking them to the championship in 2008. The referee, Alan Milliner, is being assisted by Matthew Cheeseman and Tim Mihef. The fourth official is Josh Manella. Well, last weekend for Perth Glory, it was Alessandro Del Piero. This weekend, it's Emile Heskey. As we're underway at NIB Stadium, top spot on the line for the Newcastle Jets as they look to continue their best ever start to an A-League season. Never before have they had more than 9 points after 5 matches. Gary Phillips, it is going to be a tight contest and a tough ask considering it's been 7 years since the Jets have won here in Perth.
Yeah, good afternoon, Robbie. Yes, that 7-year itch is fast becoming a serious scratch. But both teams, Robbie, power and pace, some key matchups, particularly in wide areas, which I think will determine the outcome of today's result. But promises to be a very interesting encounter. A lot of changes for Newcastle, which is a real concern for me.
He has been earning the reputation as something of a tinkerman, Gary Van Egmont. Many coaches, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's not the approach of Gary Van Egmont, although he is, of course, without Dominic Ritter, the former Swiss under-21 international fullback, through injury. As Stephen McGarry tries to launch that ball forward towards Josh Risdon with that overlapping run. And we've got Craig Goodwin just down after a fairly robust challenge from Travis Dodd, and another former Glory defender in Josh Mitchell is in just to have a little word in the referee Alan Milliner's ear about that challenge. Craig Goodwin, who's been in stunning form playing more as a left winger, but he's back in a more conventional left fullback position with Ritter out. You mentioned the wide areas, Gary. Scott Neville returns after injuring a groin against Sydney in week 2. He's now fit again and was obviously very keen to make his return in this match, but that's 2 new fullbacks in this side, and we know that Glory love to get forward down the flanks.
Yeah, that's one of the key matchups. Travis Dodd, Craig Goodwin. That will be a very interesting afternoon for those two. Obviously, the likes of Neville and Mitchell coming back to an old club is always very interesting. Personnel changes. Structurally, they're fairly much the same. two sitting in front, two midfielders in front of the defensive four.
It was Mitchell's ball through there, just looking perhaps not at first intentions for Emile Heskey, but he almost got on the end of it. Michael Thwaite, vigilant at the back, and just cutting out that ball. Goodwin with the throw, looking for James Brown, who signed during the off-season from Gold Coast United, as Nick Ward, with his first start, looks to play it through towards Billy Mehmet. 2 goals to his name so far this season, but a fairly easy offside call there for Matthew Cheeseman, the linesman on this near side. Both Billy Mehmet's goals coming from headers, and both of them coming late on as well, getting the winner in the opening game of the season against Brisbane Roar. What a game that was for Perth Glory, with all the history between those two sides now. And it's all the way back to another Perth boy, Mark Birighitti. Mitchell for Goodwin, closed down very quickly by Josh Risdon.
Big test for James Brown this afternoon. Playing high as an attacking left-sided player up against Josh Risdon. James Brown has a long time on the sideline. It's a lot of work he's going to have to cover to do this afternoon. A lot of ground he's going to have to cover in heavy conditions. Will be interesting to see how long he lasts.
Again, it was that long ball forward from Mitchell. The flick on from Ryan Griffiths, who's been in fine form. 2 goals and 2 assists so far for him. Mitchell again, Goodwin, first time ball inside. Looking for James Brown, it's cut out, Nick Ward again. Good challenge from McGarry on Brown. Switch of play from Wheelhouse. Neville, his first touch, and first ever touch against his former side, the Perth Glory. Wide now for Virgili. Virgili runs inside into the area, lovely play, looking for Heskey. And it's an excellent intervention from Bas van den Brink to turn it up over the crossbar, but already James Virgili causing problems.
It's a great run, James Virgili. Really good sign for Newcastle. And last-ditch defending by Van den Brink. That's a good position he's got himself into there between ball and goals. Does just enough. Heskey, very unlucky. Great position he's taken up.
Craig Goodwin with the corner to the back post. The header from Mitchell. It's in the back of the net. And it's Tiago Calvano, the Brazilian journeyman, who has scored with just 5 minutes on the clock. The Jets are in front, 1-0 away to Perth Glory. It's their first goal in nearly 7 hours of football against Perth in Perth.
That is really sloppy defending. Just fell asleep there, Perth. It's a great run at the far post there. Mitchell's done really well. Get above the back stick, poor marking there, and Tiago just in the right position, got across the defender and taps it in. Wake-up call for Perth Glory.
The set piece, there was the runner short, which just so little confusion in the Perth Glory box. It's a good initial header from Mitchell, rising at that back post.
It was a great header. It all started from James Virgili's run down the right-hand side, causing all sorts of problems. Good sign for the Jets.
Goodwin with the throw. Mitchell again, looking for Heskey. Bas van den Brink wins the header and should win the throw. Tiago Calvano's first goal in A-League football. Brown. Heskey getting into position. Almost an unfair battle against little Josh Risdon, but he's come out on top. Now Ward, that's a nice turn. Leaving it. Run through the middle. Oh, and Calvano is looking to get involved unnecessarily. It's not Calvano. They're coming from everywhere now. Is it Ruben Zadkovic, who wanted to have an extra word there rather aggressively? And there is plenty of work here for the referee, Alan Milliner, to try and sort this one out. The yellow card is in hand. Now, who's it going to be for? Josh Mitchell. Well, Mitchell can't believe it. Let's have a look. It's Heffernan with the run.
Yeah, Thiago with a challenge. Did get the ball, but it was still in a chance of being played at by Heffernan. He continued on and brought him down. What happened after that?
In fact, it was Josh Mitchell who didn't like the way Heffernan went to ground, and he immediately remonstrated with the player.
And fair enough. The referees dealt with that in a sensible manner. Just a couple of teams exchanging terms of endearment.
So Mitchell into the book after setting up the opening goal in the 6th minute against his former club. He's clearly pumped up, but this is a very promising free kick for the Glory now to get back on level terms barely 3 minutes after falling behind. Liam Miller standing over this one directly in front, just 19 yards or so out. There'll be work to do here for Birighitti if he gets it up over the wall. Now there's a bit of push and shove in the wall now, and the referee, Mitchell, involved again. Bas van den Brink looking as innocent as possible. Miller off the top of the wall. Calvano doing his work there. Thwaite with the switch of play, looking for Travis Dodd. Good ball in behind for Miller. Intelligent run. And return pass for Risdon into the area. And that's a very timely intervention from James Brown. Corner for the Glory.
What a brilliant little ball in there by Liam Miller. Such vision, such awareness, so composed on the ball. It's a great run in behind by Risdon.
Jamison with the corner. Again, the referee holds it up. There's a little bit of feeling in this one. That early goal for the Jets certainly didn't settle emotions. Heffernan again involved. He's already scored from a corner, Dean Heffernan, this season. The ball in. It's a good header away from Brown. McGarry! What a fabulous strike! And it is all level. 10 minutes on the clock, and the Glory square the ledger at 1 apiece, and it is a fantastic strike. Hit first time from Stephen McGarry.
It's a brilliant strike. Corner not cleared, not closed down quick enough. McGarry, what a strike. That's a magnificent finish. Very underrated player. Last week we saw some moments of magic. We've seen it again. Deja vu on Saturday. We've seen the Mariners come from behind. Are we going to get 7?
Well, Ian Ferguson certainly appreciated that. It was a pure strike from Stephen McGarry. 1-1. And this one has the makings of a classic already. Wheelhouse coming deep to receive possession. Neville up the line towards Virgili. Taking on Thwaite. Early cross. It's another corner. Well, both goals inside 11 minutes coming from corner routines. The Jets more directly than the Glories. And just as they were buffeting Mark Birighitti at the other end, Heskey and Griffiths are doing the marking job on the Glory keeper. In it comes from Goodwin again. Again, Mitchell is the target. Vukovic getting just enough on it. Mitchell can't quite keep it in play. McGarry, who we expected to play in that number 10 role that he made his own halfway through last season when Shane Smeltz was injured. Billy Mehmet played up front and McGarry playing just behind him, but in Jacob Burns' absence, Ian Ferguson has decided to go with the tenacious McGarry in alongside Liam Miller, and it's Nick Ward who gets that more advanced role behind the striker, and Ward has been lively too early. Billy Mehmet with the flick on. Neville back to Birighitti. Heskey with Goodwin. Looking for the return ball, makes it through somehow to Wheelhouse. Now Heskey with Griffiths looking for the return ball. Nice combination play again from the Jets. Great combination play. Van Egmond will be happy with that. Griffiths and Heskey have been the highlight for the Jets throughout the season. Just a little warning there for the Perth Glory. And Heskey showing that he's not just about getting on the end of those long bombs forward as well. Lovely little interchange of passes as Calvano is pinned for the foul on Mehmet. Jamison over the top, flag up for offside against Ward. A fair chance that won't be the last time today, Robbie, but just a little insight there to Emil Heskey. He's pulled the ball down and halfway. Great first touch, little interchange with a wide player before linking up with McGarry. Sorry, before linking up with Griffiths in behind. And he's already had that one shot on goal as well, which could have caused a problem. It led to the corner, from which the Jets did go ahead in the 6th minute. Heskey again involved. That will be a battle with Vandenbrink. Missed out on playing against Alessandro Del Piero from the start, at least. Last week, Vandenbrink, as Dodd does well, and there's a little bit of afters again. That's not the first time between Dodd and Goodwin. There's that challenge from McGarry. Scythes down the Jet skipper, Joe Wheelhouse. Yeah, good pressure, Joe Wheelhouse. A lot of experience there. Once that ball goes sideways, it can cause all sorts of problems for teams in possession. Well read by Wheelhouse. Another set piece. Wheelhouse with the free kick. Plays it in hard. The little flick on. Only got too much on that. Ryan Griffiths. Now it's Nicky Ward leading the charge away again. They've got plenty of numbers on the left side of the park. Jamison, lovely first touch. Now coming inside. And again, it's James Brown back doing the defensive duties. And he sent that one behind for a corner. "15 minutes gone, Newcastle. 61% possession against 39 for the Perth Glory. The Glory, who dominated possession last week against Sydney but didn't get the result. There's Miller with the corner towards the front post. Zadkovic. It's come off Thwaite and straight back to Miller. A second chance. Calvano at the second time of asking with a good header away. No free kick. Neville asks the question. Flag up once again for offside. Newcastle Jets enjoying more possession this afternoon. Their best results this season, their 3 wins, have come when playing and seeing less of the ball than their opponents and hitting with devastating force on the counter-attack. They may have to rethink that here. Early stages, though. Yeah, well, Van Egmond's been a little disappointed with their directness to Heskey. Obviously, when he comes in, you want your star players involved as much as possible. He's working on trying to get that balance right between the short game and the long game. We'll be happy with the possession rate at the moment. Emil Heskey just asking James Brown for a little bit more talk. Didn't realise that he was all alone and could probably have brought that one down. It will be an interesting matchup, Robbie. Vandenbrink, Heskey. The concern is Vandenbrink's been out for some time now. But a little insight. Vandenbrink come through the Altdrick Academy in Holland, which is where 3 very well-known Australians are. Zarota, Azulo and Tommy Hoare. Mitchell with the header. Neville there to help him clean up, and Zatkovic just launches it long. It's one for James Virgili to chase, and as you can see, he's got plenty of pace. Thwaite, who played alongside Van den Brink at Gold Coast United before Van den Brink last season joined Perth Glory. Thwaite following during the off-season. There really has been plenty of exchange between the two clubs as well, because as well as Mitchell and Neville, who went the other way during the off-season, Adam Taggart is one of 5 Jets youngsters currently unavailable. They're all off in the Middle East with the Australian under-21 squad. Connor Chapman, another one. Josh Brillanti. Jamison. The ball in towards the front post. Mehmet was making that run, and Calvano with a very good clearance. Mehmet. Ball for Miller's run. It will just outrun him, and that'll be a goal kick for the Jets.
Part of this evolution for the Perth Glory. Here we see the goal again. Not cleared well enough, and what a magnificent finish. Really difficult to keep it down and get too excited about that. Really good technique. Super finish.
A 5th career goal, and he scored one from that kind of distance last season as well against the Central Coast Mariners here at NIB Stadium. Oh, as Risdon and Dodd almost made a mess of that. That's a good ball from Josh Risdon. Nicky Ward has won the throw off Mitchell. Started his career here before heading to the Victory and then Wellington Phoenix, as McGarry, again from that kind of distance, this time going the chip over the top. Ward offside again. The 4th flag against Perth, but clearly their intentions shown there. Looking to get in behind Newcastle as much as possible. They've done the hardest part, which is equalising, and they did that quickly. As Van den Brink beats Heskey in the air. McGarry up over the halfway line to Mehmet, who's trying to milk the free kick. Neville with Virgili again. Lovely turn of pace. The cross not of the same order. The Shed full of voice. They were stunned early on here. And this NIB Stadium, whose capacity has been capped at 10,000 while it goes under substantial renovations. Opposite the Shed, the stand at the other ground will be open in 3 weeks' time. There's Risdon. That's a nice ball into Ward. First time pass for Mehmet. Didn't find the Glory number 4, but the Jets number 4. Birighitti long, very long. It will hold up on this heavy pitch, and Heskey was there, and Vukovic out doing the sweeping duties. Griffiths only finds Ward. His little touchback though, a little casual, and here's Zatkovic. Ruben Zatkovic still going. Great challenge. Bas Van den Brink, who pulled out of the challenge immediately, grasping his left ankle. He's hobbling, trying to keep the line alongside Michael Thwaite, and it's been turned over immediately. Now James Brown into the area. Couldn't bring it down in front of him with his first touch. Between them, Miller and Thwaite managed to get it clear. Free kick against Billy Mehmet. Here come the Jets again. Neville. He's got Virgili outside him. Now Wheelhouse, the Jets captain, one of several local Jets boys in this side. Zatkovic's big switch of play for Goodwin, just overhit. Gets a roar from the shed for its troubles.
Just a few little occasions there, a few instances where Jacob Burns will be missed. They're just turning the ball over there in situations where previously they would have kept it, made it come back, start again, switch the point of attack. Can't afford to turn the ball over in your defensive third. Newcastle are onto that, pressing high.
And Bas van den Brink has just signalled to Ian Ferguson as well and pointed to that left knee that was injured in that excellent challenge on Ruben Zatkovic. Ian Ferguson immediately having a word, but a look to the bench shows Adrian Zara, Chris Harold and Jesse Makarunas. So whichever way you look at it, there's going to be a reshuffle there. Steve Pantelides suspended, so not on the bench as he was for the opening game of the season.
Yeah, it's not unusual at home to go with 3 attacking players, but having said that, when you've got a player that's been out for a long time thrown into the heart of your defence, there is a little concern. But Ferguson knows the players better than we do. I'm sure he has got a plan.
The little flick from Heffernan all the way through to Birighitti. And the Glory have squared up the possession stats as well, which were very much in the away side's favour in the opening minutes. Now the match just starting to find its cruising altitude. Birighitti's pass just kept in play by Neville. Calvano strong in the challenge on Billy Mehmet and looking to release Virgili. Gets there ahead of Thwaite, looking to turn inside immediately. Virgili still taking on Thwaite. It might yet fall for James Brown. And James Brown having a word afterwards to Virgili, asking why that pass didn't arrive earlier. Wheelhouse though, the Jets still have it and they can launch it forward again. Here it is with Brown. Taking a moment too long, McGarry with a foot in there. Vukovic. Well, he's picked out a pass there for Ward. In space, Miller. Here is Liam Miller again, pulling the strings in midfield. Lovely switch of play for Travis Dodd. Travis Dodd turning inside Goodwin. Dodd still. And Goodwin helped out there by Josh Mitchell on his inside. And Goodwin has now gone to ground as well. Well, he was caught in the opening minute, Gary. I wonder if it's not a bit more of that first injury.
Well, this is the man they need to get on the ball. First time he's had the opportunity to run it, Newcastle Jets, and cause Goodwin all sorts of problems. It's been a concern for the Jets. Craig Goodwin's attacking ability undeniable. However, needs a little bit of work defensively. But Dodd, I think, would put the fear into any left back in this league at the moment, given the form he is in.
Fantastic solo goal last week against Sydney FC to give Perth Glory an 18th minute lead there.
He destroyed Sydney last week. Heffernan and Dodd caused them all sorts of problems.
Heskey finds Griffiths. Risdon stealing in to have it back, but unable to secure possession at the moment, the Glory. Heskey again with Zatkovic. Goodwin has rejoined. Well, it's not exactly what you'd call free moving at the moment for the number 15. Bas van den Brink, however, at the other end looks as though he's recovered from that jar to the left knee. Zatkovic again. Neville. Closed down very quickly by Jamison. Wheelhouse. Mitchell. He had an option in Heskey. Turns back inside. Zatkovic for Wheelhouse. Virgili coming inside, making a little bit of space for Neville. He'll have to take on one of the men that have replaced him. Heskey. Back towards James Virgili, but the flag up for offside against Scott Neville, in fact. Getting forward. Interception, Neville. Virgili again. The youngest ever Jets player, James Virgili, at just 16 years of age, now 20. He and Ben Kantarovski. Just seems like they've been around for so long. Kantarovski, 70 A-League matches, just 20 years of age, missing today with a calf strain. He didn't travel. Dominic Ritter, however, was given every chance to prove his fitness at left back, and is now sitting up alongside Gary Van Egmond in the stands.
Ben Kantarovski, James Virgili and Jacob Pepper, who is on the bench today. 3 products of the Northern New South Wales Institute of Sport program.
Griffiths, was that a hand? It was, says the referee. McGarry leaves it for Thwaite. Who in turn, after a bit of reflection, decides to leave it for Danny Vukovic. Now he's got Travis Dodd and Billy Mehmet. There is Gary Van Egmond up in the stands, which he's decided to sit up there this season, feeling he gets a better overview. Looks down to his assistant coaches via a walkie-talkie. Well, that's a lovely ball from Billy Mehmet in behind for Josh Risdon. Early cross right into the danger area as well. And again, it's Josh Mitchell on hand to clear over his own crossbar. And it's Heffernan who's taken a knock there from Mitchell as well as he arrived on the scene.
It's a great ball in behind and a super delivery. Josh Risdon, oh, and he's just collided on the back of Birigitti's head there.
Right into that left knee.
But a great defensive clearance by Josh Mitchell.
Ian Ferguson, who was under so much pressure after the early stages of last season, before turning it around, the side they finally managed to develop that, if not a siege mentality, then certainly a feeling that the boys out west need to make Perth a real fortress for themselves. They have done that. Their only loss, their only points dropped here in their last 10 matches, a 3-0 loss to a certain Brisbane Roar towards the latter stages of the regular season last year. Otherwise, 6 consecutive victories bring them here this evening. It's a club record, as Heffernan is the latest player to hobble off to receive treatment.
We talked about Newcastle's poor record, but I think every team's got a poor record here in the West now.
Jamison. Mitchell with the clearance. McGarry again in the crowd. Just a swell of anticipation when they realised where that ball was falling. McGarry deciding not to tempt fate. There's a late challenge by Scott Neville on Josh Risdon.
Well, an interesting one there, Robbie. There's a 2v1 situation. Perth received the ball in behind the back 4. Perth in possession. Decided to pull that back. Give a free kick. Again, we talk about that last night. I know Andy Harper and Robbie Slater have mentioned it. Play on. Can always come back to it.
Dodd with the header in towards Ward, who's won it back off Zadkovic. Ooh. Mitchell flying in on McGarry. There's not a whole lot of love lost out there, former teammates or not. Scott Neville and Josh Mitchell out to prove a point, it would seem. Flags up for offside again. And the crowd in the main stand not appreciating that call quite so much.
Yeah, it was definitely offside. And a bit lazy getting back.
Virgili gets a second chance. Shadowed by Miller. He comes to this near side with Goodwin. James Brown. Well, that's a fabulous turn from Brown. Just too many purple and white shirts there as Travis Dodd has his ankles clipped by Ryan Griffiths. And that's a yellow card for the Jets, number 23.
These two teams do have some history in the niggle department. Previously, there's been players sent off, and I do recall even one Gary Van Egmond getting involved late in the game. Certainly no love lost in that. One of those last tackles, Josh Mitchell, had he not got the ball, it would have been very interesting.
Well, the last red card in this fixture was Billy Mehmet in the first half at Hunter Stadium last year when he went in on Tiago Calvano, received his marching orders. Birighitti claims it. Mitchell now. There was much outroar that day as well about that challenge. And a bit of finger pointing from both sides. Wheelhouse. Heskey, his first touch took him away from Vandenbrink, but straight to Liam Miller.
That's great play, Liam Miller. He just read that delightfully. Just got his body in between after Heskey took his first touch. Really no option there for Neil Heskey to give away the foul. Good defensive play.
Jamison trying to take on Virgili, but only found the touchline. Neville, long throw towards Heskey again. Now Wheelhouse winning the second phase. Ward back for the glory goal scorer McGarry, who feels the referee impeded him there. The Jets have it with Brown. Griffiths, lovely turn, popped the ball up. It was sitting nicely for the volley. Well worth the shot from 22 metres out.
Great little ball in, great turn. A little bit lucky with the bobble. Sat up nicely. And why not?
Well, we have come full circle in the possession stakes. That's just the last 5 minutes. 68-32 now as the Glory enjoy more of the ball, but still the Jets look dangerous when they do get it coming forward. Vukovic looking for options. Ward decides to come short, dropping out of the forward line. Dodd, good header. Miller, can he get there in front of Wheelhouse? He did, but Zadkovic was there to help out his skipper. That's a lazy pass from Calvano. Miller again needs to find some options and does so with Jamison on that left side. The ball in, the header. It's a great first save from Birighitti, but following up is Nick Ward, back in the side and back on the score sheet 37 minutes gone, and the Glory have come from behind and lead for the first time 2-1.
Well, Liam Miller, take a bow. Brilliant midfield play. What a genius. So composed, great vision, good execution. And this is a super delivery inside, and good header, and really good play, Nicky Ward, to follow that in. Easy tap in, good first save by Viragidi. Not good enough to palm it out of the path of Nicky Ward. Super finish. Perth are on their way.
Nick Ward with a 15th career goal, his first of the season after 4 substitute appearances to date.
Well, we saw those possession stats, Robbie. It's really important when you dominate a game that you do capitalise on that by scoring goals. Perth Glory have done that. Now they're on the front foot. Difficult to break down from here at home.
Mehmet gives chase, and it will just hold up for him, and as it was heading out for a goal kick, he puts it out for a throw-in. And there's a chance to try and peg the Jets in here as the Shed enjoy their side being in front for the first time of the evening. It was Heffernan with that initial header as well from Jamison's cross. Too much on Thwaites' ball over the top, and he's gone down after a bit of contact with Emil Heskey. He hasn't moved, Michael Thwaite. Birigidi does the sporting thing and heads for the touchline. He might have just been caught by a flailing arm.
Well, he sort of fell into that. Certainly no malice there, Emil Heskey. But I can tell you, having experienced a broken nose, when you get one in that region, it's quite painful.
Well, it's knocked him about a little bit. And just checking the jaw, cheekbone and nose of Michael Thwaite, who stepped very comfortably into the centre of defence this season.
Well, he has, Robbie, and this is part of the evolution I was alluded to earlier. Van der Brink, Thwaite, certainly from a technical point of view, very good on the ball, like to play it wherever possible. Risdon's comfortable, Jamison's comfortable. As we go back to this goal, this is Liam Miller with a great build-up play, super cross, good header. Heffernan in there, and Nicky Ward to finish it off. Probably a little bit disappointed Nicky Ward last week. Perhaps at the death against Sydney, could have stole a point, blazed one over the bar, but always capable of getting you a goal. And I think with Jacob Burns out, Robbie, I think one of the positives out of that is the likes of Nicky Ward. A little bit less predictable offensively, gives them maybe another dimension to their attack. McGarry scored, Ward scored, and we know the qualities of Liam Miller.
Heskey again, great use of the body to see off Van den Brink, but Zadkovic has given it away, and here goes Nick Ward again. Plenty of space for him. Zadkovic getting across, Ward's ball to the front post. Cleared by Calvano, and then Mitchell gets the Jets moving forward again with Goodwin. Now, does he have a chance to try and stretch his legs forward? It's inside to Griffiths. Great ball, Mitchell. Fabulous pass for Virgili. Once again, he's up against Michael Thwaite, who shies away from him as Virgili threatens to cut inside. Zadkovic again, wheelhouse. Another one for Mitchell, under pressure from Billy Mehmet. And now it's the Jets' turn to try and get some possession in Perth's half of the field. That's a lovely little touch from Goodwin to get it past Josh Risdon. And the referee has decided that that's Risdon into the book.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Certainly an attempt by Josh Risdon to prevent the cross, and therefore a goal-scoring opportunity. Now, this is Craig Goodwin at his best. I don't think Gary Van Egmond will be happy with his first half defensive display. Caused all sorts of problems Perth have in those little pockets. That left-hand defensive area for Newcastle Jets, that will need to be addressed. But certainly Craig Goodwin getting forward is a good thing for the Newcastle Jets.
Wheelhouse with the free kick towards the back post, a free header again, and it was down towards Heskey, who fell under Michael Thwaite, and Danny Vukovic gratefully accepts possession of the football. 2 minutes to go in an action-packed first 45 minutes of football here. We'll probably have a couple of minutes of added time as well.
And this is poor marking once again. The first goal come from the delivery just like that to the far post. Calvano's peeled off really well to get a bit of header in, but that's not good marking at all. That will need to be fixed at half-time.
Zadkovic wins it straight back for the Jets again. McGarry's in there. Oh, as Thwaite was late there on Griffiths. Was he? Heskey raises his arms, asking, where's the whistle? Dodd. Good header. Mehmet getting in front of Calvano and going down. Free kick. And the referee has a yellow card for the man that opened the scoring, Thiago Calvano.
Well, I will be surprised if this game finishes with a full complement of both players, of both teams. Mehmet's done really well to get across. Calvano did his best.
Well, it was a swinging arm, wasn't it?
Well,
right arm.
Yeah, in his defence, you're always trying to get your body in between ball and opponent. There is a, by the rule book, there is a correct way to go about it, though.
.59, the foul count. Jamison with the free kick, the flick on, fabulous header, Travis Dodd. In fact, it's Nick Ward again with the glancing header, and a brilliant save from Birighitti.
It was a great save. That's a super delivery. Jamison, great ball in. Nicky Ward just helps it on its way. Really difficult to defend that type of delivery. Birighitti, great save.
The corner towards the front post this time. Vandenbrink arriving. Dodd was there that time at the front post. And it's another corner for Liam Miller to whip in. Some final moments of pressure as we enter the 3 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. A goal here will really hurt the Newcastle Jets. The referee again is in the middle of that scrum of players buzzing around Mark Birighitti, the Jets keeper. Miller with the delivery. In it comes front post again. Zadkovic's header, helped on by Neville. Straight back by Risdon. Not enough angle on his pass as Birighitti brings it down and looks to release Virgili quickly. Jamison is there though, and this is a chance now for Perth. The flag's up for offside as Jamison finishes off the move, but it won't count. It looked a tight thing.
Well, with a minute to go, there's a poor throw, turnover in possession. Jamison's onto it, and that is a very interesting decision. It's very tough.
And as you might have heard, the crowd
glory
saw it on the big screen as well.
Yeah, we do have the benefit of a replay. Difficult job the assistant has. Clearly, should have been 3-1.
Lovely play, Virgili. And he gets the cross in as well. It's over Heskey. Goodwin. Well, that's very ambitious from the left back. We're into the final minute of stoppage time of what has been a supremely entertaining first half here at NIB Stadium. The Jets opening the scoring in the 6th minute 5 minutes later it was 1-1, and then Nick Ward getting the goal in the 38th minute to put the Glory in front. Heffernan, Rob's wheelhouse. Heffernan still the cross. He was looking for Billy Memon at the back post. Travis Dodd straight back to Heffernan, looking for that first-time cross. Ward was alert to the intentions, but the execution not there from Heffernan that time. Neville with Virgili. The 3 minutes of stoppage time are up. Is there one last hurrah for the Jets in this first half? Virgili still. Now Neville. Heskey is in the middle. James Brown as well. And that is the turnover in possession, and that is the end of the first half. An excellent 45 minutes work for Perth Glory after a slow start in which they fell behind to Tiago Calvano's opening goal. Stephen McGarry equalised with a stunning long-range strike, and then Nick Ward made it 2-1 in favour of the Perth Glory at half-time. Two-1 at half-time in favour of the home side Perth Glory. Emile Heskey not on the score sheet as of yet, but he has another 45 minutes or so to try and rectify that statistic. 4 goals in his last 3 games. They went ahead early, the Newcastle Jets, looking good in the opening minutes as well before Perth slowly turn things around and lead 2-1 at the break. "45 minutes left. Top spot is on the line this evening for the Newcastle Jets. They've been knocked off by a rampant Central Coast Mariners earlier in the day. But if they, in turn, can come from behind and register only a second ever win in Perth, they will move back to the top of the table and confirm their best ever start to an A-League season. Gary Phillips, that, however, is a long way off because Perth really have taken a stranglehold on this one.
They certainly have, Robbie, yeah. For the Newcastle Jets to go top, they certainly need to adjust those wide pockets in the defensive area. Perth Glory got in there far too many occasions. Well, should have been 3-1. Dominant in those wide areas. Perth Glory, Travis Dodd, Dean Heffernan, Jamison getting forward. Risdon's got forward on occasions.
And here they come forward again, the Jets. It's Neville and Virgili combining, and there's just a little bit going on there with Heffernan and Virgili this time. Heffernan standing over the youngster Virgili while he was on the ground. Virgili started ever so well as well at the start of this game. Not too much in it. Neville, long throw, flicked on by Griffiths. The referee has picked a foul in there against Emile Heskey, just clattering through the back of Thwaite. And a chance for Perth Glory to clear their lines. Danny Vukovic with the free kick. And Gary Van Egmond is headed back down to the touchline for this second half. So he's seen the patterns of play in the first 45 minutes. And now Just wants to get his message across from closer quarters, perhaps. Last week he managed to do just that with a virulent half-time talk that saw his side come from behind to defeat Melbourne Victory. Heffernan doesn't get the throw.
The Jets have got a very good home record, Robbie. Always very difficult up there. And when they're away, they will annoy teams, do everything to upset the tempo. Continue to try to dominate possession despite being away from home. But these road trips is where they need to improve, despite the win against Sydney earlier in the season.
And then Melbourne Victory last weekend. It's actually the last 4 seasons. 4 years ago, they didn't win 2 away games in the entire year. The last 3 seasons, it's taken until week 17 at the earliest to register a second away win of the season. They've done that already. By week 4, they had 2 away wins. Virgili is fouled again, this time by Stephen McGarry, as the Glory players share it around, the job of fouling the young winger.
Yeah, I'm sure it's been identified as a threat down that right-hand side. Gary Van Egmond has certainly indicated he's very upset on the sideline at the moment. Intimidating tactics, there's no doubt. Trying to intimidate the young man. He's really been their only attacking threat in the first half.
Craig Goodwin with the free kick. Back post again, Vukovic comes. Again, he just pads it away. James Brown gives chase, but Ward is there to clear it long. Zadkovic, quick throw with Scott Neville. Now, can they put some consistent pressure on here, the Jets? Zadkovic still finds his captain Wheelhouse. Good ball into feet of Griffiths. A little bit of space for Ryan Griffiths. He's a danger man as well. Virgili. Miller getting involved. Jamison. And then James Brown's header. No problem whatsoever for Vukovic that time. Well, they played it short, and this time Vukovic does go long. Well played, Ward. Down for Miller. Just slipped as he went to hit it. There are some very soft little pockets out there on the pitch where it is hard to find your footing, but otherwise it's stood up pretty well to the rain this week and looks certainly fantastic.
It's a great night for football. Wind's died off, not warm. The pitch is in good shape, despite being a little heavy perhaps.
Neville, Virgili again, taking on Jamison, going past him. Jamison at the very end, getting the touch, and now Neville has to be careful. Calvano, Mitchell and Griffiths already on the referee's yellow card list for the Jets, along with Josh Risdon for Perth.
I think he's very lucky to get away with that. Mr. Mitchell, sorry, Mr. Neville.
Virgili only as far as McGarry. Ward with Miller. Lovely turn away from Zadkovic. Mehmet. McGarry too under pressure, and the Jets have turned this over. And Thwaite could find himself in trouble here. Ryan Griffiths was charging through, and it is a yellow card. And some might say a foul that had to be made, Gary.
Yeah, no question. Ian Ferguson won't be happy with that. Sloppy at the back. McGarry turns over possession. Thwaite had no option. We don't like to see it, but
Wheelhouse, a little wedge to the back post again. It's Josh Mitchell who wins the initial header in the air. unable to create the angle back across the face of goal for a teammate that he did for the opening goal for Thiago Calvano. James Brown. Vukovic long. Neville over Heffernan, but Jamison there again. Now there was an arm up there from Neville. Referee allows the advantage. Ward looking for Billy Mehmet at the back post. It's a good ball. And it is a very, very timely tackle by Josh Mitchell at the death to turn that one behind for a corner.
It's a great delivery, Nicky Ward. He's been outstanding in the first half, and this is a super early ball in, and a great interception there by Thiago. Just notice Newcastle starting to press a little bit higher, forcing the likes of Vukovic into a longer ball. Becoming a second ball game at the moment.
Jamison's cornered, back post. Thwaite with the initial header. Just drifted away from Nick Ward, who was lurking for that poacher's role. Risdon leaves it, so Jamison, having taken that corner on the far side of the pitch, has to trundle all the way across. Ian Ferguson, victory tonight for him will take him to 28 career A-League victories, equal 10th on the all-time list with a certain Frank Farina. There's Heskey. Gets the better of Liam Miller, who's been left in his wake. Now Virgili. Virgili with pace into the area. The cutback. Griffiths wanted it played straight through. Now Neville wanted to take that quickly, but the referee has held it up for Liam Miller.
A little clash in the middle of the park with Emil Heskey. Just caught him. Very unfortunate. Slight difference in height and weight.
Stature. It did look knee on knee. Certainly nothing untoward in the challenge from Emil Heskey.
Thumbs up there from the trainer, which is a good sign.
That does look painful. Jarring. The knee could be the patella as well. Hopefully it's done nothing structurally wrong to Liam Miller's right knee.
He's a tough boy.
Was for a while there, considered the new Roy Keane. Well, it's Manchester United.
He has been outstanding so far, really taking the responsibility, left with a hole left with the absence of Jacob Burns. He's been very impressive. So graceful on the ball, just a delight to watch in possession.
There's Calvano with the big up and under. Vandenbrink's header finds Dodd. Zadkovic with a foul that will allow Perth Glory to just release some of the pressure and take their time. As Gary Van Egmond enjoys a little bit of banter with the spectators down there towards the halfway line. Vukovic long. Can't find Billy Mehmet that time. McGarry overruns it. And now the break is on again. Brown. Looking for Neville. Virgili's inside him. Neville sliding in, but Jamison just doing enough to shepherd it behind for a goal kick.
Did really well on that occasion. To Jamison. Good awareness. Good defending.
Well, he made the perfect start to his career at Perth in week 1 of the season. No foul on Heskey, so here come the Glory again. Thwaite with Heffernan in plenty of space here. Now Neville comes across to pressure him. Ball towards the back post. And it just kept drifting away. It didn't quite hold its line as Mehmet for a moment. His eyes were lighting up as he looked to get on the end of it. And it just faded behind for a goal kick. Wheelhouse with Griffiths. Virgili. Good challenge, Miller. McGarry. Ward. Not by intention, lets it run through and almost gets it back. Once again, it's Josh Mitchell who's doing an almost dual role of stopper and sweeper in this Jets side. Zatkovic with Heskey. First touch wasn't great, the second was excellent. Zatkovic. Calvano with Neville. They just need to find something a little bit special to try and unlock this glory defence at the moment, the Jets. Wheelhouse running with it. Wheelhouse still going. Ward has thrown himself into the challenge and caught the Jets skipper. Perhaps that's exactly what's needed. Someone to take the bull by the horns and just run at them.
And Wheelhouse does it. He's just a man. He's capable of doing it. He's capable of scoring. They need some inspiration. The game has really lacked any flow, any rhythm at the moment. Both teams committing a lot of fouls. A lot at stake. Despite being early in the season. A lot of tension early in the game. These situations where Newcastle look dangerous all day, particularly at the far post.
And it's Brown with the free kick again. Calvano and Mitchell are in there. As Brown almost decides to go direct for goal, perhaps mark his return to action with something spectacular, but Heskey was in the middle.
Yeah, cross shot. Not happy with that, but always going to be a bit rusty first game back.
Seven goals last season for James Brown. Some absolute wonder strikes as well in there with Gold Coast United. Zatkovic, that's a good pass. Wide for Goodwin. The cross, again it's overhead. It's been a theme, a recurring theme for the Newcastle Jets so far from open play, while their set-piece delivery has been good.
Well, that's a little insight to Newcastle today. We've seen Craig Goodwin in previous weeks being so dominant and positive down that left-hand flank. Today, whipping those crosses in from those sort of areas, as opposed to previously running at the last line of defence, causing all sorts of problems.
Heskey turns it over again. It's one for Travis Dodd to chase. Birighitti comes a long way. Gary Van Egmond has the Brazilian Bernardo Ribeiro warming up behind the goal, and he might just have got the call, I think, as the Jets prepare to make a change. The former Brazil under-23 international, who has some nice clubs on his CV as well, including the Flamengo youth system. And then a spell with Catania in Italy. Just the one appearance so far in his A-League career off the bench.
I think it's a fair call, Robbie. 30 minutes to go. Down 2-1. Haven't won here for 7 years. Comes a time where you need to take a chance.
Calvano picks out Heskey with the bicycle kick. He in turn was looking for Brown. It's cleared by Risdon as far as Mehmet, and again it's Mitchell. Ferguson, lovely pass for Heffernan to try and get things moving quickly again. Calvano wins the free kick. And now Ward has gone down. And Again, Mitchell is there, just keeping a close watch on things, not really acting as mediator between two clubs he knows very well. Started his career in Newcastle, Josh Mitchell. Oh, and there's why Nick Ward went down. That might have just been a little bit painful as well. Now the Jets, given away by Mitchell that time. McGarry. The switch, back post, Heffernan. Got the header on target, but it was always going to be difficult to score from there. Griffiths. Neville. In behind Heffernan. Now has to do the hard yards. The early cross, looking for Heskey.
Well, it was a wrong option, really, wasn't it? James Virgili there just needed the ball rolled to his feet. Encouraged to take on that last line of defence.
Here's Neville again. Heskey. Brown flashes it across the face of goal. Again, it was a nice touch from Emile Heskey, who can bring other players into the game.
Yeah, a little bit of luck, but Heskey probably hasn't seen enough of the ball today to inspire the Jets to another level. Just need to get him and Virgili into better areas. James Brown with a shake of the head.
Free kick again for the Jets, taken quickly by Calvano for Virgili. Jamison is now the fourth Perth Glory player into the book, joining Ward, Risdon and Thwaite. Well, it was almost a perfectly timed tackle, except that he just missed the ball at the last moment. Wheelhouse with the free kick. In it comes towards the danger zone. Neville down for Griffiths. Now Virgili. Wheelhouse. They're forced back. Well organised Perth Glory as Billy Mehmet just clatters into the back of Neville. Calvano quickly with Virgili. This time taking on Jamison, just knocking it too far. Wheelhouse, the Jets starting to show a little bit of urgency here. Neville has done well. Neville drives into the area. Still Scott Neville going. Across Owen Heskey with the whole goal gaping. Has sent it bobbling up into the arms of Danny Vukovic. What a chance for the Newcastle Jets to tie this one. And what a let-off for Perth Glory.
Yeah, Scott Neville with a great run. Here we go, super run, not the greatest defending. Shot cross across the face of the Glory goal. Emile Heskey probably just stuck a foot out. Hope for the best on this occasion. And this timing doesn't find the back of the net, instead finds the arms of Vukovic.
Brown almost wins it straight back off Jamison. Heffernan, well read by Neville. Griffiths. He has Goodwin joining the attack now. Goodwin taking on Risdon. Goodwin still, he's done well. And so has Risdon. Stayed on his feet, very well defended by the youngster, but it's another corner for the Jets.
Well, much better from Newcastle Jets. We talked about it earlier, that delivery from wide areas, from deep, wasn't the right option on many occasions. They're now starting to run a tiring Perth Glory defence, and more importantly, most of the defenders are on yellow cards. Why not encourage them, run at those defenders? Starting to see a little bit more success for the Jets and a little bit more pressure.
Once again, the referee wants to have a word to Emil Heskey for backing in on Vukovic. The corner for the Jets, played in. Calvano made a run for it. Brown back with Neville. Calvano again. Billy Mehmet with a good challenge. Heskey is in there. Risdon gets it away and completes the clearance at the second attempt. The Jets have it again. Goodwin. Good ball in for Heskey, who's fouled by Vandenbrink. It's a little bit further out, this one. Just to the left of centre. But it's another chance for the Newcastle Jets, who are just starting to put the pressure on here. Heskey getting a talking to, asking for a little bit more there, perhaps.
Well, he's finally getting the ball into his feet. He's getting some service in around there. He's always going to cause problems for any defender in the world when he gets the ball in those areas at his feet.
Midway through this second half, still plenty of time for more to happen here at NIB Stadium. It's a free kick for the Jets. It's Ruben Zadkovic. It's around the wall. And Danny Vukovic has to get down low to his right to make the save. He looks long immediately towards Dodd. It's Mitchell again with his umpteenth header of the evening. Zadkovic sliding in and then just going with a little bit more as well. Free kick for Perth. Miller will leave it for Vandenbrink.
Well, sadly, Roy, that's the way the game is starting to pan out. Can be very reactive at the moment. A lot of second ball, a lot of challenges, a lot of longer balls.
Because that's a great touch from Ryan Griffiths, who's away here. It's 2-on-2. Heskey in the middle. McGarry coming across in cover. Heskey to the front post. Oh, and that was a great attempt to just slide it in. It's taken a deflection. It's a corner.
I think it's
what a fantastic save from Danny Vukovic.
Well, I think it was come off Vandenbrink here. We might see just got a foot in there. It's a great run in. Heskey's got to cross his defender. Either way, it's a great defensive play. It's all Jets at the moment.
Well, we just saw that last 5 minutes possession stat a couple of minutes ago. It was 70-30 in favour of the Jets. If anything, that's been accentuated. Goodwin's ball in. The header from Ward. Zadkovic has it straight back. Now Neville. Chips it towards Heskey. It's a good leap. Oh, and it's in! And it's Josh Mitchell who set up the first. And the former Perth Glory man has scored the second. The Jets are level. It's 2-2 at NIB Stadium.
Well, again, this has been Perth down for all evening. That ball to the far post, great header, Emil Heskey. Mitchell on the spot, the score against the old club. Won't be too many happier players tonight after that. And a very happy Newcastle Jets bench. Once again, they've capitalised on the possession they've had. Really important you score when you dominate those situations.
And now with 19 minutes left on the clock, we are all square again between Perth and Newcastle. These two sides who have exchanged blows, and as you say, Gary, they've translated that domination of this match in its periods into goals. Good start for the Jets. 1-0 up, then the Glory right on top for large periods of the match until just about the last 10-15 minutes.
Well, tactically, Newcastle have adjusted. They've pressed higher, they've forced the back, well, Vukovic in particular, to go long. The Jets have won everything in the air. They've picked up the second ball, the crumbs. Midfield are starting to win that second ball and therefore winning possession. And if you're going to continue to do that, you'll continue to apply pressure. And eventually, there will be a mistake, hence the goal.
McGarry releasing Heffernan down the left-hand side. Heffernan running at Neville, he's done that brilliantly. Heffernan to the back post. That's Goodwin with the clearing header. And Calvano just about gets it wide. Heskey finds Griffiths. The counter-attack is on here. Goodwin's in space down the left if Griffiths can find him. He settles things down with Zatkovic. We might just pop down now to the sideline where we're joined by regular Glory captain Jacob Burns. Jacob, thanks for joining us. This match looked like it was yours for the taking towards the end of that first half, and suddenly the Jets are right back in it.
Yeah, how you doing, guys? Yeah, you're right. I think they've obviously been a goal down. They've chucked everything forward. They've tried a few kind of long angled balls to the far stick, and they've got joy with of all people, Josh Mitchell, one of our old teammates.
How do you see this last 15 minutes playing out? Certainly the wind is at the back, if you like, of the Jets at the moment on the back of that goal. Can you react to this now as you make a change with Macaronis coming on for Nicky Ward? What's that going to change up?
Yeah, I think the gaffer will bring on some these young boys with a bit of pace, freshen it up a little bit. I've been really impressed with how we've gone about it tonight. But as you said, they've put a long ball through a couple of times. They've only really looked dangerous, I think, on set pieces, corners, and as you saw there, a kind of a long ball through to the back stick where Josh has got the on the end. But I think the introduction of some young, fresh legs here is the right call. I think we're at home here. We've got to go for the 3 points, I think, and I have faith that the young boys can do it.
Fabulous. Thank you very much for your time, Jacob.
Cheers, guys.
Wouldn't they love him out there now? Pressure situation. Need someone composed on the ball just to start to dictate the tempo. But it's been that sort of evening, Robbie. Fouls and interruptions and no real flow or rhythm to it.
Yes, Jesse.
Well, that change in the end was McGarry coming off at the last moment. Ian Ferguson deciding to keep Ward out there, perhaps with that need to go after another goal. And now we are going to see Bernardo Ribeiro, who's been warming his heels after almost coming on about 10 minutes ago. Now he is ready to come on, and it will be, we are told, for James Brown this time, as Ward almost fed through a nice pass for Heffernan. 15 minutes to go. Birighitti forced long towards Heskey, who again causes a real nuisance in there. Now Goodwin. We haven't seen too much of him, but he's starting to come into his own as well now. Mitchell with Brown. And a high boot in there from Brown is penalised. And Macaronis. Now Dodd running at Mitchell. Travis Dodd chipping it. And it's a goal kick. Birighitti was very quick to claim it. Travis Dodd has inherited the captain's armband, as you can see.
James Brown, the man coming off. I think he's done really well. 76 minutes. Covered a lot of grass. Perhaps not one of his most memorable evenings, but has done the job Gary Van Egmond has asked.
And it is Bernardo to come into the game. Just missed out. Well, was on track a couple of years ago for a place in the Brazil Olympic squad that went all the way to the final of the London Olympics as Harold comes on, and this time it is Nicky Ward, the scorer of Perth's second goal this evening, who makes way. Macaronis with Van den Brink. Oh, lovely play again from Josh Risdon. And the presence of mind to pick out Heffernan as well. Now the run from Jamison. Tracked by Virgili. What a battle that has been. For nearly 80 minutes, up and down the flank.
I think what the clear message tonight for both teams, those players that have been positive and started to run with the ball at defenders, have had success. And Virgili probably just by points at the moment over Jamison. Certainly has been Newcastle's main weapon.
Miller for Jamison. It's not an easy one for Risdon, but again he is very accomplished in dealing with it under pressure from Ryan Griffiths, who's peeled out onto a left side of the attack now where James Brown was. Bernardo Ribeiro into that role just behind Emile Heskey. Miller, Heffernan's ball to the back post. Travis Dodd just got his head on it, but nothing more.
Liam Miller once again the architect behind that move. Dean Heffernan with a tired, lazy cross to the far post. Dodd perhaps in a little bit early. We haven't seen much of Travis Dodd running at defenders. Really need to get somebody to get the ball to his feet.
Now Thwaite, who's another player, very comfortable ball at feet as well. He's fouled. That's another booking, this time for Virgili. And this time, it's Perth Glory's chance with the set piece. The fourth booking for the Newcastle Jets, along with the central defenders Calvano and Mitchell, who are also the two goal scorers for the Jets. Miller it is, just dinks it towards Heffernan. Well claimed by Birighitti again.
You've been around, Robbie. How often have you seen that? Central two defenders scoring both goals.
Well, they are a threat, especially from set pieces, aren't they?
Yeah, Jacob Burns alluded to earlier. Certainly it's been a problematic area for Glory. 30-odd% of goals are scored from set pieces. It's no wonder teams practice a lot these days.
Macaronis with Heffernan, who's switched flanks with Travis Dodd now. Vandenbrink, Jamison and Dodd screaming for it. Now it comes from the big Dutchman. Dodd will have to attack this. Neville still wins the header. And Wheelhouse settles things down for the visitors. Neville again. Looking for Heskey. Well defended, Michael Thwaite. Five defeats and 4 draws since their one and only victory over Perth Glory in Perth way back in season 1 of the A-League. They haven't scored in their last 4 visits here before this evening. They've scored 2. They're sitting on a point at the moment, and they may just fancy their chances of going one better, and why not making it and equaling the club record. 4th wins as Heskey so close to getting on the end of that one. It was a teasing ball in behind from Craig Goodwin.
Griffiths played a great ball in behind here. Emile Heskey, it just hasn't been his night. He has looked flat. Probably still adjusting to the 2-hour bus ride from Newcastle to Sydney. 5.5-hour flight to Perth. What's that? London to Moscow in his, where he's from?
Well, he would have played those big European jaunts with Liverpool in particular. But here come Perth Glory. Mehmet with Miller. And of course, the England national team, let's not forget, 62 caps with the three Lions. Miller. Inside.
Great cover, James Virgili. Still tracking back.
And just stealing that one away from the other number 17, Chris Harold, who's come into the game. The corner for Perth now, who are just responding after the Newcastle equaliser. Miller's ball. Again, it's all Newcastle Jets players. They've got some tall timber in there when they defend with the likes of Calvano and Heskey and Zadkovic and Mitchell. They are very hard to break down in that 6-yard box. A near capacity crowd in this being renovated NIB Stadium, 9,293. The club has closed its membership drive for the season because they want to have 1,500 tickets available to the walk-up spectator at every match as well. To see football like this, Miller back inside for Harold. It's another corner. It was a great counter-attack. And Harold just trying the little toe poke on the end of it. Intelligent pass from Heffernan.
Yeah, great ball in Graham. He actually started that move, Chris Harold. Saw a lot of that with the Gold Coast. Previous years, on that occasion, he will cause problems. Pace, directness, really positive on that occasion. Perhaps just rushed his final effort.
As we see the possession stats, it's tidal here. It's turned again in the last 15 minutes. Miller's ball in towards Birighitti, the chance for Perth! And it's in, and it is Chris Harold this time. Less than a minute after a chance went begging, the substitute has struck his first goal for Perth Glory. And in this thrilling match of football, the Glory are back in front.
Great delivery. Vanderbrink causes all sorts of problems in front of the goalkeeper. Chris Harold on the spot. Super finish. What a way to introduce yourself to the shed. Never a bad time to score. 5 minutes left. It's been that sort of game. No rhythm. The set pieces cause all sorts of problems for both teams. Newcastle Jets thinking they've stolen a point. Got some work to do now.
Well, it's a familiar old story for the Jets here in Perth. But as we've seen, a lot can happen in a match of football, especially in one where the tone is set after just 5 minutes when the scoring is opened. Ball straight in for Heskey. They want him in front of goal, not wide out there. Zadkovic. Wheelhouse for Neville. Now Virgili. Well, that's a good turn again. He is such a slippery customer, James Virgili. The touch. Heskey looking for Bernardo Ribeiro, the other substitute. Chip to the back post, but it's already gone behind. The goal kick. Vukovic in no hurry. Gary Van Egmond. Again, Just trying to work out now what he can do in the last few minutes of this one. And I suspect there will be another few minutes of stoppage time as well.
Well, Robbie, if you're a football fan, already 13 goals, 14 goals today, and still we've got Man U v Arsenal. A football feast.
Two minutes left. Both coaches with one last throw of the dice. And the change is going to come for Newcastle as well. Jacob Pepper, who had his breakthrough season last year, is preparing to come on for his first appearance of the new season. The flick on by Mehmet. Travis Dodd trying to charge it down. Bernardo looking for Griffiths. It's cut out again. Harold and Macarenas charging around in midfield. It's long towards Chris Harold. It comes off Calvano. Didn't know too much about it. Now Heskey has it. Just being fouled by Macarenas. Wheelhouse takes it quickly. Switch of play for Goodwin. Lovely first-time ball for Zatkovic. They need to keep moving forward here, the Jets. We're into the last 60 seconds of regulation time. Wheelhouse, Bernardo. Zatkovic. That's a nice run inside from Virgili. Zatkovic again. The entire Perth Glory's side is back behind the ball, with the exception of Billy Mehmet up front. Calvano again. Bernardo. Bernardo still, it's opened up for him. Now Neville, can he deliver a good ball to the back post? Goodwin with the nod down towards Wheelhouse. Now Griffiths. Is there another twist in the tail of this one? Goodwin's ball driven in. Vandenbrink with the clearance. It's a throw for the Jets. 4 minutes of stoppage time being shown by the fourth official. Zatkovic with Neville. He's had a good game against his former employers. So has Josh Mitchell. And now the break is on for the Glory. Jamison with Mehmet. Inside with Liam Miller. Liam Miller back for Billy Mehmet. It's a lovely pass. Now Chris Harold. Got plenty on it, but not the accuracy.
Pace and power, this Perth Glory. They're always dangerous on a counter-attack. Liam Miller again at the heart of that counter-attack. Good interchange, Mehmet, Harold, and lashes of that. Why not?
Thiago Calvano makes way as Jacob Pepper comes into the game with some wholesale changes as well. He's indicated 3 at the back to Neville, Mitchell, and I suspect Goodwin, but here goes Goodwin on the charge again. Good challenge. Risdon. Travis Dodd dispossessed, but they have it back again with Harold. Mehmet. Heffernan's bursting down the left flank. Back inside with Miller. Macarenas dispossessed by Bernardo. Goes to ground too easily there. The number 10 for the Jets.
Well, Miller once again. Not a great pass, turned it over, but the first one to win it back. In our coach's box beside us, we can see former Newcastle Jets coach Mark Jones on the sideline, almost with a smile on his face. Now with the Perth Glory.
Here goes Chris Harold again. He's got Heffernan at the back post. He couldn't see him there, but he's won a free kick anyway, which might just as much serve an equal purpose as another goal, because it will wind down this clock Less than 2 minutes remaining. Neville and Mitchell both claiming that they won the ball. Travis Dodd doing his best to occupy referee Alan Milliner and not let this free kick get taken too quickly.
Well, it's been a tricky day for the referee. I think he's done okay. I am surprised that there's still 22 players. Some have walked a fine line, particularly on that occasion. Neville already on a yellow card, and sliding tackle. Goal scoring opportunity. Gets away with that one.
Liam Miller with the chance to take this one beyond the Newcastle Jets. He goes near post, trying to catch out Birighitti with his left hand upright. And so the Jets live again. It's long towards Heskey, not on the score sheet, but has set up what looked like it might have been enough for the equalising goal for Mitchell. Back into Heskey for Gilly. It just came to him too quickly, and he couldn't control his header. And was that the last chance? 15 seconds left in added time. Excellent header, Thwaite.
Yeah, it was. There's been a battle for Thwaite, Vanderbrink, Heskey. It's been a tough day out. They've certainly earned their money today.
Vukovic. Long towards Mehmet. Free kick again, so there will be one last chance for the Jets. The foul on Pepper. Intelligently, Wheelhouse tells him not to take it quickly. Just get everyone forward. Birighitti even thinks about it. Wheelhouse, long, towards Heskey, wins the header. Thwaite with the first, back towards Heskey. Appeals for a handball. And there were appeals from both sets of players, but it's gone against Emile Heskey. And surely that is that now for the Newcastle Jets. Vandenbrink leaves it for Vukovic. The referee with a long look at the watch.
Well, they felt hard done by after last week's result.
There goes the final whistle. Despite a courageous performance from the Newcastle Jets, their drought in Perth continues. It extends to 10 winless matches. They will not go top of the table. Perth Glory confirm that this is one of the hardest places to travel in the A-League. A 3-2 victory with Chris Harrold, the substitute, getting the winner with 5 minutes from time.